As we near a Supreme Court decision in the Dobbs case, many state legislators are preparing for a post-Roe landscape, passing bills to further restrict abortion. The latest of these actions took place in Idaho, where a bill was passed yesterday aimed at restricting abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy. This bill allows family members to sue a doctor who performs the abortion for a minimum of $20,000 in damage within 4 years of the procedure. If it sounds familiar, it's similar to the bill passed in Texas. Joining me now to discuss this is Blaine Conzatti, president of the Idaho Family Policy Center. Blaine, welcome to Washington Watch.
Thanks, Joseph. Thanks for having me.
Hey, it's good to see you. Tell us, Idaho actually already had a heartbeat bill before. Why is this new legislation necessary?
Yeah, in 2021, the state legislature passed a heartbeat law. Unfortunately, because of ongoing court battles over heartbeat laws in other states and other courts, our state legislature decided to put a trigger mechanism into that law, which meant that it would not be enforceable until another state heartbeat law was upheld in another court. So we got really excited when we saw the Texas heartbeat law, which went into effect last year, was allowed to go into effect by the U.S. Supreme Court. And what we decided to do is add a private enforcement mechanism like Texas into our existing heartbeat law that would make that heartbeat law effective immediately and would start saving babies right away.
So you expect that this will go into effect sooner than the bill you passed in 2021?
All this bill does is make a simple change to that law from last year, adding in this private enforcement mechanism that allows family members of unlawfully aborted babies to sue the abortionist who committed the crime. We add in that component, and what that does is it makes the law from last year enforceable 30 days after the governor signs it. So the state legislature passed the law yesterday. Our state house passed it. Our state senate had passed it a couple weeks before, and it now moves to the governor's desk. He has the opportunity to sign it, and if it goes into effect, we're expecting it to save about 1,000 babies a year.
Blaine, do you think this would have happened if Texas had not done what they did?
We're so grateful that Texas paved the way on this. They created a viable pathway for states to follow. And obviously the Supreme Court allowed their law to go into effect. The US Supreme Court had two opportunities to block the Texas law from going into effect. They chose not to. And because of that, other states like Idaho now have the opportunity to follow that winning strategy and make sure that babies can be saved right away.
I think what we're seeing here in the relationship between Idaho and Texas on this particular issue is a great illustration of how states really are the laboratories of democracy. And when something works in one state, other states can see that as a model and apply it for themselves. Conversely, we see how California has led in the wrong direction on so many issues, and so many blue states have followed their example. It's great to see red states doing the same when it comes to protecting life. But we are seeing also, Blaine, across the country, we're seeing blue states, pro-abortion states move in the wrong direction. And this week also, we've seen Colorado put into state statute the fundamental right to abortion, which would be in their state law, even if Roe versus Wade was overturned. Do you foresee a landscape in the near future where states have dramatically different positions when it comes to abortion? And there's some places where it's available up until 9 months of pregnancy and the taxpayers will pay for it, and other states where it's not available ever.
Yeah, so a few months ago, the U.S. Supreme Court heard oral arguments in the Dobbs case, which I'm sure all your viewers are familiar with. And that case has the potential to get rid of the Roe and the Casey precedents that prohibits states from banning abortion before viability. So if the court does overturn Roe v. Wade, the issue of abortion will be sent back to the courts. Sent back to the states. And at that point, you're going to see, varying landscape of different state laws. Red states are going to ban abortion from conception. Blue states are going to allow abortion up through birth. And we're going to have a long fight ahead for the pro-life community, even when Roe is overturned, as we seek to enact state laws that protect the dignity and the value and the sanctity of human life.
As we see states move these directions. We just saw, the mask states and the non-mask states. We may see across those same lines, states where kindergartners have to declare their pronouns and states where they don't have to declare their pronouns, and places where abortion is completely legal and easy to get, in places where it's completely illegal. But Blaine, your leadership in Idaho, so many other state legislators, do you get a sense that on the life issues, as we continue to gain momentum culturally, that legislators are more willing to lead on this issue?
I think so. For so long, the states have been scared of the courts, and now it seems like the courts are beginning to turn, that tide's turning at the courts when it comes to allowing states to pass these pro-life laws. And so state legislators are feeling even more emboldened. And of course, we've seen significant cultural shift in the pro-life direction over the last couple decades, especially among younger people who are markedly more pro-life than their preceding generations, just 20, 30, 40 years ago. So we're making a lot of progress, and state legislators are becoming more emboldened to pass laws that save babies and ensure equal protection of the law for preborn children.
Blaine Conzatti, we are encouraged by what's happening in Idaho, and we're thankful for your leadership and making it happen there. God bless you.
Thank you.